Hello and welcome to the Islamic Finance Weekly, where we discuss and captures the activities in the non-interest finance market. One of the promising segments of the financial services industry in Nigeria that has the potential to scale growth in financial inclusion is the insurance sector. Unfortunately, at the moment, the penetration level for insurance is below 4%. Takafu, also known as Islamic Insurance because of its concept, has the enablers to boost insurance penetration in Nigeria, especially reaching the mass populace in the country. What are the prospects for improving awareness on Takafu and its role in transforming Nigerians' insurance landscape? This edition of the Islamic Finance Weekly will discuss Takafu, insurance penetration and national economic growth. My guest this morning is Mr. Ibrahim Shehu, Managing Director, Jaiz Takaful Insurance Plc. Good morning, Mr. Ibrahim. Nice to have you on the program.
Good morning. Welcome.
The Takafu industry in Nigeria remains underdeveloped with a domestic market share of less than 1%. What is the potential of Takafu in the country?
Thank you very much for that question. You see, the potentials of Takafu in Nigeria is great. In the sense that if you observe in recent times, there had been consistent growth or coming off of more Islamic banks in the country. And usually Islamic banks develop, banks grow by, ensuring, they give out loans or they give out financing and all of that. So they need risk management. And the risk management protection comes from the Takafu side. So the more you have Islamic finance, Islamic banks coming up, the more the need for Takaful insurance. Other than that, there's a sukuk market, which you are aware. Yes. Sukuk had been coming up, and there are various means of various governments, private sector sukuks, and all of that are all springing up. So it's still another medium for growth of Takafu. Then there is the Islamic finance, the Islamic capital market, which is again coming up. When you check, there are a lot of avenues where Takafu can grow, and it's still coming up in Nigeria. And I from what I could say and what I could see, Takafu in the next few years will be one of the major segments of insurance provision in Nigeria. The potential for Takafu is great, and the future is bright. And that Takafu companies are actually going to be going concerns that will really contribute to Nigeria's GDP.
Definitely, Mr. Ibrahim. Takafu has been designed to stabilize financial inclusion in order to help individuals, families, and organizations. But the operators still need to work towards together for this market to thrive in Nigeria. So Takafu is one of the tools for deepening financial inclusion in Nigeria with less than 1% Takafu penetration. So how does Jaiz Takaful PLC plan to promote financial inclusion in 2022?
All right, thank you very much. Part of our strategy is to see how we'll be able to take Takafu to areas where there was no insurance, maybe based on belief or based on their financial ability to afford insurance. So first, you must know that the purpose of coming of Takafu is to ensure financial inclusion. That inclusion is basically to include especially the Muslim population that felt that the conventional insurance in some ways did not go in line with Sharia. So Takafu has come to ensure that that segment of the society is actually included, such that they will not be left out in the financial service provisions in the country. So our plan is to ensure we take Takafu to areas where there had been low insurance penetration, and again, take it to where we have what we call comparative advantage, where the belief of the people will fall in line with the provisions of Takafu insurance services. So what that means is that when we go to such places, what we're selling to them will conform to their belief, and then it will be very, very easy for them to key in. Second aspect of it is to go to where there are low penetration of insurance. You see, it's very, very important that we take insurance beyond cities and some of the urban areas that we are. we should take it further down to grassroots so that they can benefit from the services of Takafu Insurance Service. So part of our intention is to see that we create more and more branches in other locations that are further remote in other locations of the country, then create agency offices, and sometimes come up with franchise arrangement with people that are doing certain services in some remote locations so that we partner with them to sell our Takafu insurance and products and services.
All right, when we talk about financial inclusion in the country, I believe that Jaiz financial inclusion will transform people's lives, and particularly the unbanked people in the country. So Nigeria's quest to improve penetration in the insurance industry will rely heavily on the impact of tailor-made Takafu products designed for household and micro, small and medium enterprises, that is the MSMEs. What are the plans put in place to achieve this?
Anyway, first and foremost, for the micro, medium, small and micro enterprises, we are already partnering with a lot of banks in that respect. First, I will tell you that for Jaiz Bank, for instance, we're doing a lot in terms of providing credit life policy, or otherwise called, when the banks advance loans facility to these micro businesses, we provide key man cover for them, so that in case of that, before the person repays out his loan, we pay back what is left out. So we are partnering with bank, and not only Jaiz Bank, a lot of other banks. Small and medium enterprises of Nigeria, MEDAN, I hope you are aware, they are involved in supporting the micro businesses as well. We are partnering with them, we are providing cover for them, so that for whatever facility they grant, there will be the Takafu cover that's there as a backup. Then, of course, we have what you call, I don't know whether you're equally aware that NICOM Microfinance is involved in small, medium, and micro enterprises. We're equally providing insurance cover for them. I don't know whether you're still aware of the COVID-19 support, that federal government is giving to people. Some of them small, but we still provide cover for them. So in case of death, the person has not paid, we pay back, and then they will revert. They will now use that to give to some other people to continue with their business. And so we're really doing a lot. And for us as a company, we're trying to come up with products that will be tailor-made to ensure that they meet up those micro businesses. We have micro products we are planning, and I know you are aware that the National Insurance Commission is equally licensing micro insurances. So, and we've already applied that, we should be part of that drive to bring micro Takafu to other to the grassroots. So we're doing a lot in that direction. We're already partnering, and we're thinking of, as I said, having smaller products that really be tailored to meet the needs of the people. We have, for instance, the likes of what we call Jaiz Takaful Salah plan that we're planning for people that wants to take a product for 1 year. That will be something they will be contributing, so that it will mature at the end of the year. At the time of Salah, the Muslim festival, you can cash on that product, then use it for the purpose of the celebration. We equally have Jaiz, we're planning again to have Jaiz marriage plan. We call it Nikah. So if you want to plan to get married and you don't have the full means to get it done at once, you can start saving small, then you get the benefit of policy to get married. We have several other plans in the pipeline, which will apply to get approval from NAICOM to start selling to the grassroots. So there are a lot of products that will really help the lower level of the society that are doing small businesses, support them grow. So in case of death or in case of any loss of the items that they're using, we will pay back those things and put them back in the position in which they were, so that they continue to do their businesses. So we have a lot of that plan, and we're doing a lot to complement the federal government.
A welcome development from Jaiz Takaful Insurance Plc, and I will also be happy if we can see more of Takafu operators to adopt this form of strategy in order for all Nigerians to benefit. Now, let's look at the potential of Takafu market. Despite the growing potential of the Takafu market and the government commitment to achieving this end, the growth of Takafu operations in Nigeria has not been really impressive. So in what ways can the regulator NAICOM support its growth in 2022?
Okay, thank you very much for this question. First of all, before I answer that question, I would like to specially commend the National Insurance Commission for first having to license Takafu operations in Nigeria. It's a major achievement of the regulator. Secondly, they've been giving us all the support and encouragement so that we grow. For companies that have just started operation, just as human, when you are starting up, you can't have a small child and you expect the child running. You support the child, pass from a credible position, then he becomes a mature person, then he starts moving. The same way with companies. The regulator had been nurturing the Takafu companies, and good enough, by now, alhamdulillah, Takafu companies have started to grow and become strong. So we commend the regulator for that support and encouragement. We equally support the regulator for creating enabling environment so that for them, they've been encouraging us and continuously encouraging us to create more branches and work to ensure that there's financial inclusion in the country. So we commend the regulator for that. Having said that, there is a lot that the regulator can do to support us. Part of what we expect from the regulator is that in our awareness campaign, we should partner with the regulator in carrying out the campaign. Because you see, to a very large extent, when you are backed off by regulation or by government, it helps you achieve a lot of the objectives that you ordinarily probably will not be able to achieve. So in awareness creation, campaigns are really very costly, very capital intensive. And for us that are just coming up, it's really difficult for us to finance campaigns very easily like that. So we need the regulator and indeed the industry to support us in our campaign so that we create the awareness, let people know the value advantage of Takafu, the value proposition of Takafu, how it is actually, how to enhance their wealth and well-being, and how it will complement their businesses and support growth. So we want the regulator to support us in campaign. Secondly, we equally want the regulator to help us in the manpower. Manpower, is a major tool of driving any successful company. You need skilled personnel. Yes, to actually sell your products and services. So we need them to help us in training our personnel. Sometimes, especially, as you know, overseas, there are more experts in Islamic finance. Very many experts in countries like Malaysia, Sudan, and rest. So we need to go for training in those countries. We need to send more of Nigerians for training in those countries so that we learn what they're doing and how they're doing it best. By the time we come back to the country, we'll be able to duplicate it and do it, to domesticate it to suit our environment. So we need a regulator as well to support us in training and manpower development. Very, very important. We equally need the regulator in formulating policies.
Of course. So we need support from the regulators, NAICOM, and also the regulators. They need to stabilize the insurance sector in the country.
Exactly. Then again, promote the national, ensure that when there are new rules or new regulation coming up regarding insurance and Takafu, the regulator takes part, including the Nigerian insurance, the market practice, the practitioners, so that we have more regulation that will back our activities. Just as, for instance, we have the compulsory third-party insurance, the mandatory 6 classes of insurance that are compulsory in Nigeria. We need to have regulations like that to support Takafu growth.
Talking about the support from NAICOM, which is the regulator for insurance in Nigeria. So what steps should Takafu operators take to improve quality services to customers for Nigerians?
Quality service, for every service provider, as a company like us, quality service is key. If you cannot deliver efficient and effective, timely services, then it means you still have a problem. And we all are aware that today, in today's world, technology is the major driver.
Innovative.
And I'm happy to say that I think in all the Takafu companies that I know, all of us have softwares that we're using that helps us in delivering the best of service. Other than that, I know a lot of companies like us, Takafu companies, have launched several apps. We are coming up with app so that on your mobile phone and the comfort of your living room, with your companion as your mobile phone, you can subscribe to our business, process and pay in and get your policy issued. Then you can equally lodge claim at anywhere from anywhere you are, and we process your claim. And one of the things we tell people in Takafu is that by the time you get your claim fully documented and your discharge voucher sent to us, we will settle your claims within 48 hours. Because our risk fund is awash with funds and it is meant to pay claims. So we don't have any reason to delay anybody's claim. And we're doing our best to ensure that in terms of service delivery, we are number one. Jaiz Takaful Insurance, for instance, is proud to say that in terms of service delivery, we are leading in that drive, and that we don't compromise in dealing with our customers.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ibrahim, for sharing your perspective with us around Takafu in Nigeria. We appreciate your intervention. Have a great day.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Bye. The global Takafu market size is currently around $23.5 billion and is projected to reach $49 billion by 2026. Nigeria can benefit immensely from this industry as the operators continue to embrace innovation with unique and relatable products, the provision of investment platforms, ensuring the pricing is moderate and having a supportive regulatory atmosphere. This is how the middle and lower class citizens will access Takafu and embrace it, thereby by improving insurance activities and boost financial inclusion in Nigeria. And that will be all for this edition of Islamic Finance Weekly. You can visit our website www.prosheng.com/webtv to watch the Islamic Finance Weekly videos. Thank you for watching. See you again next week Friday, and bye for now.